doing Buffalo Bills pregame show. I'm Sean Lauer and this is Nakia Franklin. And this week we're doing throwback for the Colts game. Yes, that's right, in Jared's kitchen. That's crazy. Alright, thank you for those fans that subbed us over the summer. And thank you for those loyal supporters that followed us and welcomed us back for this new preseason or this new Bill season. All right, now we're doing a new thing this season, or you guys can comment on our page. What we want you guys to do is leave comments on the page and let us know what topics you guys want us to talk about. That'd be cool if you guys do that and get your voice heard. You know. All right. Last game. We'll talk about last game, Nakia. Last game, lots of injuries. Fred Jackson, Marshawn, you know. What are we thinking? Is there any hope for this preseason, or are we just going to get... obviously, the Colts are a great team.
Well, preseason to me is just a way to kind of look at everybody and see how everybody's doing. Yes, the injuries aren't good. Hopefully they are just 4 to 6 weeks and they don't go too far into the season. When you start looking at serious injuries and you're talking months, then you know we have a problem. But hopefully with Jackson and Lynch, it's just something minor. We have, it seems like, a slew of running backs behind them, and hopefully those guys step up and do what they need to do while those guys are healing.
Yeah, the Bills look pretty smart now. They kept 3 running backs and looked crazy before, but now they look like genius, you know, and they've done a lot of good things in the past, but now they look pretty smart doing that, especially with C.J. Spiller, you know, he's a good player. Alright, we were saying that obviously they had a bunch of penalties and stuff. Do you think they're going to correct that? Chan Gailey's he's a good coach. You probably get that.
They have to correct it. And with Maven, some of the players, Maven's a first-round draft pick. This isn't his first year. Yes, he got hurt, but it's like there's some things that even in preseason you got to be smart about.
Yeah.
And you can't make a habit of starting with penalties early because minor penalties.
Is Chan Gailey gonna lay down the law and be like, unlike Dick, who we think is a weaker coach? He's going to be the stronger coach? Or?
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to lay down the law. I don't think it's something that they're going to make a habit of, and I'm hoping that it's something he corrects quickly because we can't take the chances of being on the goal line, you get a penalty, just like we ended up kicking a field goal instead of scoring.
Yeah,
we can't have those on a regular basis.
There needs to be more discipline.
Right.
And I don't think it was there with Dick Toronto, and I really think that's going to be there with Chan Gailey. All right, this game, it'll be in Toronto, which kind of sucks. Pre-games, you know, I don't go to pre-games even though I have seen tickets, but, you know, they're fun for the Bills fans, and Toronto's just, I don't know,
it's not the same.
It's not, your brother went. Yeah,
besides the fact that it's in a dome, so you don't have, if this was a late winter game, you don't have the elements, but in Toronto you can't tailgate. And if anybody has ever been to Bill Stadium, that's like the biggest thing. There's some people that come and tailgate and don't even have tickets to the game.
Yeah.
So if that's something you can't do, it kind of takes the whole, even preseason they're going to tailgate.
Yeah.
So it kind of takes the whole fun out of it when you got to, besides the fact that people can't go because you got to have a passport and his license, you know, it's not, to me, it's not fan friendly anymore.
Okay. Now go over this game. Obviously, we're playing the Colts, amazing team. Thinking about the offense and where we are now with these injuries, what are we going to do with C.J. Spiller, and should we do it? I don't know if I want to put C.J. Spiller out there for, you know, the whole game now. Obviously, they want to do that, but, like, where we're going to be with the offense.
You hope he's a quick study because he missed, the first week of training camp? So we're hoping he's a quick study. He's going to have to play. It's not like before where you can kind of put him in, let's see how he works out and set him down. Now he's kind of like the number one guy because you're the first round draft pick. They wanted you to come in and work. The other guys are new. They're veteran players, but you're the guy they picked. They didn't trade for you. They wanted you. So I'm hoping he's a quick study and he can, you know, fall right in because week 1 may come and he may actually be the starter.
Okay. The number two receiver. I'm going to talk about that. I'll let you go.
I'm still kind of undecided about who's going to be behind Lee Evans. I mean, there's so many of them. I really want James Hardy to step up, and he's just not. He's not doing it. I don't know why I like him, but I really want him to step up. And it's just like, come on, everybody else. I mean, he's a big, probably because he's a big receiver. I think we need a big receiver, right? Somebody that's not listed at like 6'1", and they're probably only like 5'11". You need somebody that's 6'2", 6'3", and he has everything, but for some reason
he's getting hurt. He's underperforming.
He's not falling into place like I think he should.
Okay, the pros and cons of the offensive line. We have, Andy DeVitri and Eric Wood. Those are two solid players, and I think they will be for the near future. Now, but our outside backs, outside offensive line, how do we think this is going to pan out? Because I think that we're very short on players there. So if one player gets hurt, that's really going to hurt us. We don't have an offensive line. Even though we have a good interior. So how is the offense going to mold around that?
The good thing is that they've been together for a year. So they kind of know each other. The bad thing is there's a new coach, a new system. So I'm hoping it balances itself out. Like, yes, we know each other and we can work together and try to figure out how to work it. And we're all learning this together, so we're all kind of starting on the same page. For some reason, we've always had a problem with, like, the left tackle or something. Always, it's the quarterback's blind side. It has to be the strong point, and for us, it's always the weakest.
Yeah.
So hopefully they get it together. Hopefully they realize you need a backup for the O-line. You can't always shift. You need somebody back there that can actually stay and, fill in the holes.
All right, now it's time for Justin's Trivia Corner.
Thanks, Sean. You were really enthusiastic. You're touching me right here. Warming my heart. Hi, welcome to Justin's Trivia Corner. This week, we're not talking about trivia. Instead, we're going to talk about, the Bills and how awful they were this past week. Alright, first and foremost, Ryan Fitzpatrick just did not get it done against Washington's second-string D. Yeah, I know he threw a touchdown pass against their third-stringers, but let's not kid ourselves. He did not do good. Can't say that Edwards really did all that great. He looked good for one drive, and then, things fell apart for him as well. What I'm really interested in seeing is Brian Brown versus the Indy D. Is he going to have a better performance against their defense than Fitzpatrick did against the Skins? If so, that might tell who will have that roster spot. Them two are probably going to be fighting for one spot, with Levi Brown possibly holding the third spot this year. With that in mind, Buddy Nix looks like a genius at the moment because both Jackson and Lynch are hurt. They're both going to be out for quite a bit of time, at least through the end of the preseason. So having C.J. Spiller around is definitely looking like a bright move at this point. Not to say that he didn't look great in that game. I loved watching his quick cuts and how fast he was able to accelerate. I think he's going to be a home run threat this year. I can see him getting quite a few touchdowns. And I know I might be a little optimistic, but hey, I'm speaking the truth. With our wide receiver battle, so many of the guys are injured right now. Right now, Stevie Johnson's looking like the number 2, but you have Easley hurt, you have Hardy hurt, and I'm sure there's probably a couple others I'm probably forgetting. But without a solid number 2 and a solid number 3 going into the season, it's going to be tough sledding for Edwards again this year. Well, this has been Justin's Trivia Corner, and right back to you, Sean.
Oh, thanks, Justin. That was great. All right, thank you for joining us this week. Join us for the week 1 against the Fish, because we won't be shooting a show for the Bengals or Lions because
we can play them during the season.
All right, and I'm starting college tomorrow. Go to Uville Soccer. All right, peace out. Go Bills.